Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for another online yoga practice. Today's practice is going to be a slow flow yoga practice as we transition into the next lunar cycle. So this July new moon is going to be held in the star sign of Cancer and is a really good opportunity to connect intuitively, connect to the deeper nurturing and emotional side of ourselves, and also to treat ourselves with love and self-care. So that being said, you may notice that your emotions are sitting right below the surface level today and that they may raise in frequency during especially the deeper postures such as heart and hip opening. So be mindful that if you feel a bit angry, frustrated, that's completely normal as we practice. As with any new moon, it's also a great opportunity to bring in some new intentions. So working along that theme of self-love, this could be a really wonderful opportunity to set yourself up for the next month, for the next lunar cycle. Please, as always, take the practice gently, modify when you need to, and I look forward to practicing with you. Thank you. Okay guys, so straight away we're going to connect to our intention, really listen to any intuitive guidance that rises up during our practice today, especially with the power of the new moon. Those new intentions may start to flood in, but you may also notice that some of these postures may bring in feelings or strong emotional responses, especially when we work towards the deeper heart and hip openers in our practice. So just bear that in mind, that today is an opportunity to observe as opposed to one of judgment. So just starting by connecting to the breath, taking long deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Just take a clearing breath, take a deep breath in. Exhale, you can let it go through the mouth. And then find a nice calibrated breath in time with your rhythms, a nice slow breathing. We'll take slow movements today, nothing too dramatic, nothing too quick. So just allowing yourself to settle in. We're going to start with some gentle neck movements, so you can just blink your eyes open if you had them closed. And we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. From here, draw your shoulder blades together behind you and then bring your palms over towards the right side. So your fists together, your elbows drawing back as your shoulders drop down and away from the ears. If you want to take this even more intensely, you can drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder, really enjoying that enhanced stretch through the left side of the neck. And just notice how this feels through your breath. Notice how it feels through your throat. And then when you're ready, just bring your palms back. You can reach back through the arms, and then as we exhale, bring them over towards the left side and just hug that left elbow in. You can keep your head neutral, or you can release your left ear down towards the left shoulder, finding an enhanced stretch through the right side of the throat, tops of the shoulders. And just continue to breathe. Long, deep inhales and exhales through the nose as we connect intuitively, instinctively to the body, and just notice what rises up. And when you're ready, release your hands back. Just bring your right hand to the outside of the right hip, left hand towards the right knee, breathing in to find that length through the spine. And as we breathe out, we twist, just gently looking out over your right shoulder. Let your left shoulder blade remain soft down and away from the ear. Nice full breathing into the chest, into the lungs. And as we inhale, we can walk our hands through center, bring the left hand to the outside of the left hip, right hand towards the left knee. And then on your exhalation, just gently twisting, looking out over your left shoulder. Right shoulder remains soft. And just feel this movement in the body. On your next breath in, just gently walking yourself through center. And we're going to come into hands and knees with the wrists under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, with the tops of the feet flat behind you. And we're going to move into cat-cow. So as we inhale, we lift into cow pose, bringing the head up, the chest forward, the belly drops down as the tailbone reaches up. And as we exhale, we round the spine into cat. Feel that lift and separation of the shoulder blades as your chin releases towards your chest. And continue to breathe through the nose if accessible to you today. Good. On your next breath in, just come to a flat back, a nice tall spine. And we're going to melt our heart forwards by walking the hands towards the front edge of the mat. Palms can be shoulder distance, or they can be a little bit wider, more like mat distance apart. And if your forehead doesn't reach the earth, just stack it on a block or a pillow. If the forehead reaches the earth pretty comfortably, maybe it feels nice to bring even the chin or the chest down. One last breath in. Exhale fully. And then when you're ready, just walking your hands back up, bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders. We're going to come into tiger pose. So it's a little bit of a deep one for our warm-up. So you just charge that left leg back with the left heel pressing away. And that may feel like enough for you today. Or you can bring the left thigh parallel with the floor as you flex those left toes up. If you really want to get into the heart opening, you can reach your right hand back, so opposite hand for the left ankle, and just draw that left heel in towards the sit bone. If this feels good, you can begin to gently engage through the left glute as you work into a back bend, lifting the chin, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze, challenging your balance. Feel the opening through the entire front body for 3, 2, 1, just gently release. Come back to tabletop as we exhale, take a breath in. As you exhale, charge that right heel back, and again, that may feel like enough for you today. You can work with that or bring your right thigh parallel with the floor with the sole of the right foot up towards the ceiling. If you wanted to add a bit more resistance to the quadricep, you can reach your left hand back for the inner ankle. And bear in mind that this is a heart opener and a hip opener, so it might feel a little bit intense. You have the option to engage through that right glute, to bring your leg up, lift your chin, lift your chest. And you're going to feel this little rush of energy. And along with that flow of energy, you may notice that emotions begin to rise to the surface. You may feel a bit of frustration, a bit of stress within the body. Just keep breathing for 2, 1, release. Come back to tabletop. Feel that sense of grounding as you take a breath in and you take a breath out. From here, kick your right leg to the right and bring your left leg back to the back of the mat with the left toes facing the long side of the mat for a side plank variation. Just reaching the left arm up, making sure that you feel rooted through the right palm and that the right shoulder is not collapsing. And now you're welcome to just hold this stationary or take a breath in. And as we exhale, it's almost like you're drawing a big circle with that left hand. So the left arm can come forwards, down. And then as we inhale, the pelvis presses forward. It's almost like you're creating a big circle with your entire body. Exhale, maybe the pelvis shifts back as the hand comes down. Inhale, as we lift up, really feel the opening through the heart, through the hip flexors. And exhale, let your pelvis sink. One more round like that. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, reaching down. And then inhale, we're just going to come back into our side plank. And then you're welcome to stay here if you have any sensitivity through your knees, or you can lead with that left hand, come all the way back up, bring the left hand to the left thigh, right arm up towards the ceiling for gate pose. If you want to take it even deeper, we can move more into a side stretch, really enjoying that sensation through the right side waist. Continue to breathe. Take another inhale. As we exhale, just reaching now with those right fingertips back down, bring yourself back to tabletop, right knee under right hip, left knee under left hip. Just take a breath in. Exhale fully. And we're going to switch sides. I'm going to turn so you can see me, okay? So we can just charge that left leg to the left, bring the right foot all the way back to the back of the mat with the toes facing the long edge of the mat. Press through the left hand to reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then you're welcome to just hold here, feeling that stability, feeling that sense of grounding through the posture. Or you can take an inhale. As you exhale, reach those right fingertips towards what's now the back of the mat, I suppose. Reaching down. Inhale, press the pelvis forward, reach the hips forward, and then exhale. Maybe we let the hips sink slightly back. Inhale, reach up, press the hips, feel the release through the entire front body. Exhale, release down. We'll just do one more round, inhaling, reaching up. Exhale, release down, and then this time inhale to reach up through those right fingertips. And you're welcome to stay here or lead with the right hand, come all the way into gate pose. So the right hand comes to the right thigh as the left arm reaches up. Take a breath in. As we exhale, side stretch over towards the right. So really feel that beautiful stretch running through the front of the left side waist. Really feel that beauty opening up through the side body. Take a breath in. As we exhale, bring the left hand down underneath the left shoulder, right hand under the right shoulder, and knees under hips. And just sit the hips back to the heels. Come to a child's pose for a couple rounds of breath, letting your forehead release down towards the earth or towards a block, or you can even stack your hands to support your forehead. And just let your breath regulate here for a moment. And then from our child's pose, we're going to make our way into downward facing dog. Don't worry, it's not going to be anything too energetic today. We're just going to take downward dog as a preparatory pose as we lift our hips up and back, pressing the backs of the thighs towards the back of the room. Let your head be heavy as you turn your gaze towards the toes, knees, or navel. And just use this opportunity to let your breath regulate once more. And then when you inhale, just lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bend your right knee, hug your right knee towards your nose as you step the right foot through to the space between the hands and allow that left knee to drop down towards the earth. Left toes can stay tucked, or you can bring the top of the foot flat towards the earth. Inhale, you have the option to come up and interlace your fingers over the right thigh, letting your pelvis sink low towards the yoga mat. Or if you want to get your heart open a little bit more, you can reach your right hand for your left thigh as your left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, maybe even taking a little hint of a back bend here, feeling that expansion through the chest. And you can look up or you can look down towards the yoga mat. Take another breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bring both hands now to the inside of the right foot, and you're just going to heel toe the right foot over towards the outside edge of the yoga mat, rolling onto the knife edge of the right foot, if it feels okay through the ankle and through the knee. You're welcome to stay here, or you can use your right hand to just gently press your right thigh open, or if your quadriceps are pretty active and open, you can bend your left knee, reach your right hand back for the outside edge of the left foot, and get this bonus stretch to the quadricep, the hip flexor. And just really enjoy this deep sensation, this deep rotation through the hip, this deep extension of the hip. Take another breath in. Exhale, release the left foot if you hadn't already, and we're going to heel toe the right foot over towards the left wrist. Release the right knee down towards the right wrist for pigeon pose. And you can just walk that left leg back until you can feel your sit bones rooting to the earth. You can also place a pillow or a block underneath your left sit bone. And you're welcome to stay upright here with a nice tall spine. Or as you exhale, you're also free to just release down onto the forearms or release the forehead down towards the earth as you allow your hips to sink a little bit lower. Feeling that full release on the outside, perhaps deeper into the glute. And again, as the intensity here begins to build, you may notice that your emotions feel very surface level as we transition. And just know that this is an opportunity for a new beginning to you. So listen intuitively, listen to that guidance system, notice where we're trying to focus our energy today. And then when you're ready, we're just going to walk our hands back up. Tuck the toes under on the left foot as you lift your right leg up and back towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release the right foot down, take a breath in. Exhale fully, just recalibrate. And then switching sides, inhale, lift your left leg up. As you exhale, knee to nose, maybe step that left foot through and drop the right knee down. Top of the right foot can be flat, or you can tuck the toes under. Option to come up and interlace your fingers over the left thigh. Shoulders soft away from the ears. Or if you wanted to enhance the stretch with a little bit of a back bend, side body stretch, you can reach your left hand down towards your right thigh and reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. A little bit of balance, challenging. Imagine you're creating that beautiful half moon shape with your spine, but you're not feeling pain through the lower back. Take another breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bring both hands down now to the inside of the left foot. Heel toe the left foot over towards the outside edge of your yoga mat, and you can roll onto the knife edge of the left foot, gently pressing that left knee open. And you're welcome to stay here, or you can root through the right palm. Use your left hand to just gently press the left thigh open with the option to look out over your left shoulder. Or finally, if your hip flexors are pretty mobile, you can bend your right knee, reach your left hand for the outside of your right foot, and just gently draw that heel in. There's quite a lot going on in this pose, so feel free to just pick some elements that work for you and then leave the rest behind. Take another breath in. As we exhale, release that right leg long. Heel toe the left foot over towards the right wrist as you release the left knee down. And you can have your shin parallel or more of a diagonal as you walk that right leg back, letting the left hip sink low. And you're welcome to stay here with an upright spine. Or as we exhale, you can walk the hands forwards, releasing the forehead down. And try to enjoy this position as perhaps the intensity begins to build. Just notice the response within your physical and emotional body. We often like to think of the body and mind as separate entities, but when we push our comfort zones in this way, we realize how deeply connected our body and mind are. Take another inhale. Exhale fully. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back, tuck the toes under on the right foot, lift that left leg up and back towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release, just pedal out those legs. Take a couple breaths here in downward facing dog. And when you're ready, just drop to the shins. Sit the hips to the heels. We're just going to take a little chest expansion just to, again, open up through the muscles of the heart. So if sitting hips to heels is too much, just place a pillow in between your shin and your thigh bone. If this feels good, you're going to tent your fingers behind your hips and then just elevate those hips, lift the chest. So kind of like a modified camel pose as you lift your chin away from your chest. Keep elevating your heart. Keep breathing as you feel the intensity build. For 3, 2, 1, sit the hips to the heels and just come forwards into child's pose. Just let the forehead release down. Allow your breath to regulate. And then when you're ready, we're just going to walk our hands up and make our way down onto our backs. So sitting the hips to the side, bring yourself down onto your back, and we're going to finish off our practice today with a reclined bound angle pose. So bending your knees, bring the soles of the feet together as the knees gently draw open to the side. And you can use this opportunity, you can bring your hands to the rib cage and just feel the rhythm of your breath into the chest, and maybe even feeling the pulse of your heart with your hands. Or you can bring your hands to your low belly, or you can have one of each. And this is just, again, an opportunity to connect, notice the connection between the body and the mind. This is also a deep release through the inner thighs, those hips, again, another deep emotional center within the body. You may feel some intensity through the inner thighs. But most importantly is to listen to that beautiful divine feminine energy that we all hold. Listen to that inner guidance and choose what serves you as we transition into this next lunar cycle. We are the creators or the artists of our own life. And it's up to us to choose how we want to spend our energy, how we want to direct our flow. Even if just a few moments of listening internally to that guidance, this can be really beneficial for setting yourself up for the next month. If you would prefer to release into a traditional Shavasana for your final moments here, please feel free to draw your knees together and extend your legs out in front. Otherwise, feel free to stay here for another few deep rounds of breath. I invite you please to stay resting here for as long as you have the time for today, maybe even using this as an opportunity to guide you into sleep. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm wishing you a wonderful transition into the next lunar cycle, and I'm wishing you a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.